Hi, I'm Chris Haigh, and I'm going to be giving you a few ideas about rock violin playing from my book Discovering Rock Violin, published by Schott. What we're going to be looking at now is the blues scale, which is an essential part of rock music, jazz, blues, all kinds of different modern styles all use the blues scale. Now there are different ways of explaining the blues, but the way I explain it is to start off with the major pentatonic scale, which in the key of G sounds like this. Now to make the pentatonic scale into the blues scale, what we need to do is to add one more note, and that's the flattened third, which in the key of G is the B flat. This scale can now be used either as a major scale or as a minor scale, or as something that lies in between, and by using the same finger for both the flattened third and the major third, you can bend and slide between major and minor. This scale will work nicely over a G major chord, and also over the closely related chords such as the 4 chord and the 5 chord of G. So let's try playing it through a simple G 12-bar blues. Now what we've just played is what I call the major blues scale, but there's another blues scale which some people will refer to as the blues scale, and that is what I call the minor blues scale, which has a flattened third, a flattened fifth and a flattened seventh, and it sounds like this. Notice that this scale now has no major third, so it doesn't have the option of sounding happy or upbeat. It's always going to sound dark and moody. So when you're improvising using blues scales, you have the choice of either using the major or the minor, and that choice will depend on the overall feel of the song. You may also decide to switch between the two, but one good guide is that if the first chord that the accompanist is playing is a 7th chord, a flattened 7th, then your minor blues scale is more likely to work. If you've got major 7 chords as the 1 chord, then it's almost certain that the major blues scale is going to work. Now one important thing when playing blues is to keep what you're playing simple and to be repetitive. So find simple licks or riffs which you can play over and over again and repeat them, and once you've learnt these you can use them in different pieces of music. And there's quite a few different examples of blues licks in the book. Notice the one I was doing, which is a kind of a trill. I call it the harmonica trill. That's a particularly useful blues lick. And finally we'll play a piece from the book. It's called Big Blues. I'll play the tune twice and then I'll improvise a couple of times around the 12-bar sequence. and we're in the key of A for this.